Hi, I'm Eddie Paul from Customs by Eddie Paul, and this is DeadlineTV.net. Hi, I'm Eddie Paul from Customs by Eddie...
Hey.
Sorry about that. Customs by Eddie Paul. We build cars for movies like this clunker here we built for PIXAR. This is Tow Mater. Just finished this up, and it's going to a car show. We've got Lightning over there in the corner. And on both these cars, we had to shorten the frames. If we tried to find a car that had the same wheelbase as what we need, we'd still be in the newspapers looking for cars. So what we wound up doing was learning how to shorten the frames, how to lengthen the frames, how to make the frames fit our need. And this is a perfect example. This one we took 52 inches out of the frame. We have a Batmobile behind me that we lengthened, I think, I don't know, maybe 4 feet. We shorten, we lengthen, it's not a problem. We can change the track. All you need is some simple equipment, and this tape is going to show you how to build that equipment and how to use that equipment.
This segment is on Tow Mater. We bought a couple of old Chevy trucks because we actually weren't making one Tow Mater, we were making 2 Tow Maters. We were making one for PIXAR, and then a little later on we wound up making one for the World of Wheels car show. It'll go back and forth between the two because they're basically the same thing, just different approaches to making them. Tow Mater was probably the most exciting vehicle out of the whole thing because we got to really express ourselves a little bit. It didn't have to be exactly by the drawings, but it had to be very, very similar. And we got to throw in some little bonus things, a little toolbox in the back to get to the gas caps and other fun things. The beginning of any build is tearing down the vehicle, and that's the funnest part. You just get to strip the car. You don't have to worry about parts. The Porsche, for instance, we had to take that apart. We had to package everything, label everything. On Tow Mater, we just stripped it and threw it in the trash. It was just a blast. We cut things up. We got to throw things down. We got to dent things. We got to jump up and down on them, whatever we wanted to do. The original owner came in and helped us out on stripping the truck down. He said he had to sit in his driveway for years, never got around to working on it, and it was kind of neat to see it finally come together and become something. So he had a ball tearing it down because, again, when you tear it down for something like this, you don't have to keep track of the parts because you're throwing them away. You're starting all over. All we wanted was a chassis, the engine, and the drivetrain. So one of the problems we ran into is when they scaled Tow Mater as a cartoon and gave us the files, the wheelbase wound up being, after we scaled it up to full size again from the cartoon image, was 111 inches. Now, the only trucks we found were about 170-inch wheelbase. We could look forever and not find a 111-inch dually truck that would fit Mater's description because there was none. It was a cartoon. So we wound up saying, okay, we'll buy a truck. We'll buy any truck we want as long as it's a dually and has a big block V8 and an automatic. That's all I care about. I don't care what kind of shape it's in. So we picked up a couple of them, and the ones we got were actually pretty darn clean. Got a 78 GMC 1-ton crew cab dually, picked up for about $500, stripped it all down, and wound up having to shorten the frame. I think it was about 60 inches, about 171-inch wheelbase. I had to bring it down to 111. The biggest problem was the track, the width of the back tires, because it was a dually, were too wide to fit in the trailer, and we had to bring those down 12 inches on both of these trucks.
Transforming into something different.
But this is what Gary had done off of the relative scale. So he's got 105. So I'm going to go back, and he's supposed to look at it today and lock down all that. But I think that, what does size say for wheels? See, that seems good.
No.
What's the outside?
That's 32. That's a stock truck. Let me show you something on the truck. We got it out here. I'll show you. Because it looks like in your animation, this frame is almost against the hump in there. What it looks like is these wheels are right, and the front wheels are right. This is the chassis.
Where do you cut it?
With the axle, it's what's called live axle. The end bolt and the whole axle comes out. We cut that to whatever dimension we put out of it. We splice weld it, and then we take it right out of the center there, remount all this springs. And then the springs we may wind up, we may even have to cut the narrow door in. So we dog in the frame in. Just cut the frame and shorten it. When you cut a frame, all you do, it's not that big a deal.
This is good because it's pretty even.
Yeah.
Right.
We cut it out of there and we shorten the drive shaft, which we've done on the everything else.
But he has to narrow just to get a trailer.
We knew that.
Yeah, so see, that's why I'm pushing for this. It's not going to interfere with that because I got a mechanic standing by to do this.
You're just going to shorten the axle. So
we're going to shorten the frame, shorten the axle.
We
built a set of angle iron tracks, and then what we do is we drill holes in the ground. We put inserts in to insert bolts into. So we take the angle iron, we've welded tabs onto the end of the angle iron onto the side of it, and then we line the tab up with the hole in the floor, which we mark in yellow paint so we can spot it quick. And then we just simply put the bolts down in, tighten them down with a wrench. That'll anchor the track on both ends, and then we anchor the next track down on both ends, and then we set our dolly on. That sets our distance exactly the same.
We can shorten frames, we can lengthen frames, make limousines, make short trucks, do anything we want to do with the system. It's something we picked up from an employee that worked here that was nice enough to show us how to do it. And you never get too old to learn. You learn from everybody. I hope he learned from us. We definitely learned from him.